Alright guys, welcome back to the channel once again, and in this video we're gonna be talking about how we can merge two files into a single final file. Okay, so let's suppose we have some data in one CSV file and some data in another CSV file, okay, and we have some matching columns. On the basis of that, we want to merge a file and create one final file where we can look at all the data all together. So how we can do that? So there is a library called Pandas where we can do that easily. So we're gonna be looking over there, and also I'm gonna be telling you some tips and tricks over here. So I have already discussed about this, like how we can insert data into the bulk from the Excel sheet or the CSV file into the databases. So it's the same kind of thing. We're gonna be merging the files and then we're gonna be looking at it. Okay, so let's get started. Let's look into that. So as you can see my screen, I have two files over here, images.csv and the styles.csv. So there's no any column matching altogether. Like we have file name and the link over here, the images link over here, and the file name. Okay, and another file is the styles.csv where we have many columns over here, ID, gender, master category, and all those things. But there's a one thing, like let's suppose if I open the image.csv as well, so you see the file name images.csv file name is matching with the ID over here. Okay, so what I can do for merging these files, I can just get the first element out of it into the file name and then match it with the ID and merge both the files together. So let's look at this, how we can do that. Okay, so let me just create another notebook over here. So I have the Conda environment up and running, so you can look at I'll create another video about how we can create the Conda environment and then you can get run. So I have launched my Jupyter notebook over here, and which is I'm running right now. So let me just make it a markdown and merge two files. So it's not only for the CSV file that you can merge, you can also merge Excel sheets, but CSV and Excel sheets are kind of pretty easy to merge over here, so you can do that. So let me just just make it the markdown and then hit enter. So you got your code. So import pandas as pd. Okay, and after that I'll create one data frame over here, df1 equals to pd.read csv, and then I'm gonna be putting the path name of the file. So the path name of the file gonna be, so it comes under this folder, fashion dataset. So the fashion dataset and then images.csv. So first file is gonna be images.csv and the second file is gonna be styles.csv. Okay, so let's let me just check fashion dataset, fashion underscore dataset / images.csv, and then another data frame I have created over here, data frame 2, and then it's gonna be styles.csv. Now let's print both these data frames over here and let's see what we got. So if I print it, so I think there is some issue. What is that? Tokenizing data error. Okay, so we have some issues over here, like let's suppose, like you see expected 10 fields in the line, but they are like it sees 11 fields in that line. Like according to the column structure, there are 10 columns only, but some of few lines are there where the values are 11. Okay, so it doesn't match. So what we can do over here, on bad lines goes to skip. Okay, now you see it runs, so it will skip those lines where the data is more than the column, so it will not include those. Okay, so now we got our data for data frame 1. So we have this data frame 1, ID, gender, and all those things, and we should have, like, this is our data frame 1, file name and the link, and another is data frame 2 where we have ID, gender, master, class, subcategory, article type, base color, season, year, usage, and all those other columns. Okay, so we need to match this ID with the file name. So first we're gonna be creating another column over here, which is gonna be ID column. So let's create our ID column over here. So df1, okay, I'm gonna be doing ID equals to, it should be in the commas, ID equals to df1. Okay, so in the df1 I'm gonna be using the file name, I'm gonna be modifying that one, and then I'm gonna be putting all the values in the ID. So df file name .str.replace, so I'm gonna be replacing the .jpg at the end of each and every column value over here. So just replace .jpg comma this. Okay, so with the empty string. Okay, so it's gonna be working for me. So let's hit enter, and you see I got the IDs, but it's str type. Okay, so it's string type, it's not the integer type, but the values over here, all those IDs value gonna be into this data frame ID, like integer type. Okay, so these values, okay, so these are gonna be integer type, so we need to match it with that. So what we can do, we can convert it into the integer. So df1 comma ID foreign ID equals to df1 id dot apply. So we're gonna be running an apply method. So we're gonna include the lambda over here, lambda. So lambda gonna be looping all those values and then converting into the integers. So like this, int x, okay, something like this. And then now let's print it out. So we have IDs over here and then all set, I think. Okay, so we have df1 df2. Now let's try to merge these files. Okay, so I have data frame 1, data frame 2. Now I'm going to be merging. So let me create another data frame, the final data frame. So it's going to be df equals to pd dot merge. Okay, so my left data frame gonna be df1, data frame 1, and the right data frame gonna be, so always you have to make sure, like, you remember this is gonna be a left, which one you are assigning into the left side, and this is gonna be right, so it merge on that way. So left, and how you want to merge it, so you have the ID, so on ID I want to do that, and after that how you want to merge it, like it should be left, right, inner, or something like that. It works into the SQL queries the same way you have to define over here. So if it is the inner, so it's gonna be matching both the values same. If you make it like left join, so if some of your things are not matching, so it will skip those, and only whatever are matching, like whichever are matching over here, so those gonna be existing into the coming into the files. Okay, so it will only depend on the right one. Okay, so just make it like left and then create the data frame. So it have created the data frame. Now let me just print that data frame over here. So df. Okay, now you see my data frame is coming over here. So my file name is coming, link is coming, ID is coming, and the gender and everything is all coming over here. Okay, and let me just check the size, data frame dot size. So I have like this many rows, this much data into this file data frame. Okay, let's suppose I want to create a file out of it. Okay, so my data frame is ready. So df dot to underscore csv, and then I will just create the file like fashion data set slash final dot csv. Okay, enter. So my file should be ready. Okay, so I just go over here, let me just refresh it. So if you see over here, my final.csv has been created. Now I can take a look over here. So all those data is coming. Isn't it cool, guys? Like, it's totally amazing, right? I just created another main file, so I can use this file. I don't have to like carry two files at the time. I can just use one file and take it and get all the data from here. And I can train this data using machine learning, and then I can use it for getting the output and the response out of it. Okay, so I hope you guys learned something from this video, and if you like this video, please hit the like button, and share it with your friends or colleagues. Keep watching and subscribe the channel. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.